Hello and welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. This is the second to last episode of our 2019 arc, and the second to last episode of Generation Shadow ever. There's going to be one more after this, and the series will be finished. I'm excited. This has been a part of my life for a long time. I hope we can end strong and give this the climax it deserves. So let's go around and meet our players who will be joining us for the conclusion coming up of 2019. I was going to say the name of a city, but there is no city because we're going all over the world in this arc. They just finished up London, and now they're heading to St. Petersburg. We'll talk about it. But first, let's meet the players. So I want to know who you are, who you're playing, and how they're feeling as you're on the way to St. Petersburg. You will start with Patrick.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I am playing Ash Fitzpatrick. So at this time, I think Ash is beginning to kind of realize that, like, what we're doing right now, is some pretty serious shit that's about to go down, especially after that, Dracula turned out to be real and alive, and alive again now, I guess. So it kind of made everything a little more real for her, and she's just like, okay, we're doing something now. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we're doing something.
A fair feeling to feel.
Yeah.
We also have Dallas.
Hey everyone, I'm Dallas. I'm playing a Spectre named Tony Tucci. Anthony by his mother. So Tony's kind of surprisingly in the same boat. Yeah, as far as he's feeling. Surprisingly. You're right, some real shit went down. Something out of bad movies from his day when he was alive has truly come to life. No, don't get me wrong, I love the old horror. I'm just saying, like, as far as the effects, you know, that's what I meant.
Yeah, less something to be desired.
Yeah, as far as like effects today in movies. So yeah, that blows his mind today. But the real Dracula coming out of a coffin, that's super scary. He was enjoying abusing his powers as a Spectre. He's probably going to keep doing so. But now he definitely wonders what he's really going to be able to do against something as powerful as Dracula.
Definitely. And then joining us once more, we have Nick.
Yep, that's me. And once again, I am playing Andrew Ionescu, the most recent of the Ionescu clan of werewolves. He is... This is going to be an interesting one, because he's going back to his home area. I mean, his family is originally from Romania, but they spent a lot of time in St. Petersburg, and there was a whole adventure with his great-grandfather in St. Petersburg, so... And he's sort of slightly going back to his roots and hoping that he can do something to keep it the way... keep it... What's the word? Everything copacetic, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Well, the task may be a little bit difficult.
We'll see.
Joining us once more, we have Kat.
Hey, I'm Kat. I am playing Josephine Fowler, who is a witch, which is to say she's a wizard by the parlance of urban shadows. She's also a werewolf, and she's been having a real hard time with the werewolf stuff lately, which is to say that the protective glyph that she had on herself to protect herself from turning into a werewolf is broken. And she's very, very, very far away from the lady that put it on her in the first place. So she is dealing with her werewolfness right now. Thanks to her godfather, who is Andrew, she has managed to get it a bit more under control. She's still hitting her aconite elixir pretty hard too, which is curbing her instincts to kill and eat probably Ash at this point. Being as that Ash is the most human amongst everybody she's traveling with. Let's see. Yeah, not really crazy about going to Russia, considering Josephine spent a good chunk of her childhood in Berlin. And really her first memories are of the Berlin Wall falling. So Russia has never really represented anything terribly good to her. And she's not overly comfortable about going there, especially with certain individuals whose first names are Vladimir and are known for riding around on horses without shirts. But also kind of embracing that, she did buy a Pussy Riot shirt before heading out.
Oh man. All right. Well, if we mysteriously die of a certain kind of poisoning, I guess we'll know who to blame. Whoa, fingers crossed. Oh boy. And then joining us once more, Marvin.
So hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing the immortal Montalio Egantri, a revived dragon, I would say, who's currently running for president of the United States of America, and who has made it a point to avoid going back to Russia until this very moment. He owes quite a lot of people debts. Some he knows, some that are currently hunting him, and he's not really too keen on going back. But he knows that Dracula is a threat that, well, puts the entire world in danger. And even Montalio knows, okay, just gotta go in there and stop this, right? Can't very well run for president while you have a superpowered vampire running around everywhere. And besides, all these spiders running around means nothing. Nothing at all. Everything's fine.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So I'll do a quick kind of intro to the what's going on in St. Petersburg, and then we'll talk about those opening moves. What's happening, guys? Merle Von Worm here with another hot fire session. Today I'm spitting facts about the motherland. That's right, we're talking Russia. But first, Hot Fire Sessions is sponsored by a product near and dear to my heart, Carowin Jones's Fire Roasted Welsh Pasties. If you're someone like me, you got a podcast to record, errands to run, and a horde to guard. You don't have time to cook. So why not get a Welsh pasty cooked with dragon fire delivered right to your door? A quick blast of heat and they're ready to eat. Use promo code MERLIN at checkout to get 15% off your first order. Okay, the Russia situation. In terms of vampires, the Shadow Bratva, with tacit government approval, keeps a firm hand on the underworld. Be sure and watch out for the Shadow Wolves. They're biker werewolf enforcers who double the shock troops for territorial ambitions. In terms of the natural world, the Tuatha still hold sway, but the Chernobyl nuclear disaster dealt them a major blow. They're still there, in one form or another scar in a land full of them. All right, so let's talk about those opening moves, and we'll start kind of at the back end there with Egantri.
All right, let's get the immortal stuff out of the way. Still have my alliance with the Tuatha, and I guess I'm still going to try and pursue revenge against Mr. Fields, because I feel like Egantri and the Fields family kind of have a beef with each other at this point.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
As for interruptions, a new enemy interferes, which I would say is like, all the guys who have been trying to revive Dracula all this time, and now he's here. I could say an old friend or lover returns. An old friend, I would say, would be you there. And then an ancient foe resurfaces, Montalio's original foe, who's now driving around an immortal zombie killer.
Is that talking about Piotr?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay. He will be resurfacing.
And then start of session machinations. Select one of your active schemes in a faction. Tell the MC why your machinations ensnare members of that faction. Mark the faction and roll a fit. So I'm going to save my revenge and hits a snag with the power faction. Somehow. I'll just go ahead and roll that down. And that's a 7.
Okay, so what is the result?
Let's see here. On a 7 to 9, your efforts yield an obvious and short-lived opportunity. The MC will tell you what you need to do to seize it before it expires.
Okay. Just mark something here with power.
And this is my revenge plot against Fields, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, let's move on to cats.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what on earth they would be trying to investigate beforehand. For once, I'm totally stumped on that.
Fair.
Nothing that you described sounded like Power, which makes me feel like Power is barely going to be involved in this one.
It might be a little, but they just don't have a presence in Russia at the moment.
So I am going to, I think, roll on Power to see if she can't find a friendly contact, either through the Barlow Institute, which, is her main thing, or Los Hijas de Brujas, which I'm sure I pronounced incorrectly again.
Yeah, we
But
apologize.
that's okay. I'm not good at pronouncing that. Okay, I rolled 10 on the dice, so that brings me up to 12.
Whoa, okay. I will say, you discover that, like, Los Hijas de Brujas has noticed a big disturbance going on in Russia, and they are sending people in to investigate.
Okay. Is there... Okay, I guess then I'm getting a useful piece of information in that regard. So what's the disturbance? Like, what's the essence of it? Or is that unknown? It's just, it is a disturbance.
Yeah, a disturbance in, like, the astral realm, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So yeah, I guess I would want to sort of be sent in that direction, because I'm concerned that might all be tied in with Dracula and
Definitely.
whatnot. And I would inform them about the reappearance of Dracula, possibly Vlad Tepes. I don't know.
Yeah, they're one and the same,
Okay. Wasn't sure if they were one and the same in this. So
yeah. I know the historical accuracy, of what inspired Bram Stoker a little iffy, but this is they're the same in my story. Vlad Dracul Tepes, one character.
Cool.
Okay.
That's what they're working on. And if this is during a night flight, she's doing all this while being a werewolf, which is uncomfortable for her.
I'm sure it's going to leave some major scars on Egantre's private plane. That brings us to Nick.
Alrighty. Always have to unmute.
Or for Andrew, yeah.
Check in. The only one that I haven't marked yet is Wild, so I'm going to check in with the Tuatha, sort of see how they're doing and sort of that whole thing. See if I can get some information from them.
Okay.
11.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, you there knows you're coming and, like, wants to help you.
Awesome. Yes.
That's some useful info. I think does that cover that one to your satisfaction, you think? Or
I think so.
okay. Do you want to do your opening werewolf moves?
Yes. Rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. 14.
Whoa. All right. So apparently you have a pretty strong pack in St. Petersburg.
Blood runs thick in St. Petersburg.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, not too far from your original stomping grounds there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
The family name runs very much in this.
Oh yeah, this is Ionescu. These are Ionescu woods nearby. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go on to Tony Tucci.
All right. I think at because of the ending of last session, where the Sanguine Tide showed up, that sparked a huge interest with Tucci, not in the fact that it's a ship flying, but the fact that it's a ship full of ghosts and a ghost ship itself. So Tony would like to see if he could possibly make contact, friends, alliances, whatever possible to maybe see if Wensley is a character that would show up again if called upon for the right cause.
Okay. I think so. That's with Knight.
It's with Wild.
It's Wild. I put them in Wild this time. Okay,
Yeah.
you're correct. Yes. All right, so go ahead and roll with Wild. I like that idea.
Ooh, 4, 3, 7 minus 1 is 6, so I failed. Damn.
Okay, you're not quite able to contact them. They're still out there. You're not sure where.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
You could always serve 100 years aboard the Tide.
Not my deal. No.
That goes ahead and brings us to Ash.
So I'm going to be doing Mortality. I'm going to try to reach out to both Sanctum and Lost in the hopes that I can kind of give them a heads up of what's going on the Mortality side. Because I feel like they need to be caught in the loop with this, especially if something as powerful as Dracula's return. Like, I don't want to catch anybody unawares.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 9.
Okay. So you could increase your, what's the word, commitment by owing someone their debt, they're owing something to you, or you could just settle for you've made them aware of the situation, but they're not able to offer any assistance just yet.
I think I'll take a debt with with Sarah Pruitt in exchange for a weapon that'll assist me with taking down a vampire.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be anything like uber powerful, but something that would just like give me a slight edge.
Right.
Being as mundane and untalented as I am.
All right. She'll rush delivery you like a crossbow with some silver bolts.
Ooh, old school. Okay, I got this.
That's how Goody Pruitt's used to. Yeah. Okay. Any other opening business you think we need to take care of there, or? All right. So we'll officially begin the adventure. Egantre's private jet touches down at a private runway outside St. Petersburg. You guys are all pouring out. I'm sure Joe had some. Thanks to Joe's werewolfism, it was a difficult flight, but you managed. As you're heading out, right there on the curb, a taxi pulls up to you, driven by a hunched-over little chimp-like individual with like humongous pointed ears, and he's wearing like several sweaters and scarves and a flat cap, and he's like got some phone books taped to his shoes to hold them up. And he like kind of opens the door, and he says, "I am to take you to Baba You there."
So really quick question: what time of day is it?
Sort of like early morning, mid morning.
Okay. All right. I would also like to put a face to the name because I don't know who that is. Maybe, but maybe I do.
Well, go ahead and roll with Wild. You might have researched this kind of creature.
Let's see. I am at a 6, so no.
Okay, Egantre, you do know who this is. You met him before.
Maybe I can help her out a little bit.
Sure. Do you want to do assistance?
Yeah.
Her faction is power.
Ooh. Well, here's hoping that I roll high. I got a 5, so
Yeah.
no.
All right.
But you can still tell her about it, I guess.
Yes. So, you there. She's Baba You there now?
Yes.
Not Baba Yaga.
No, Baba Yaga, she sits in the woods with her chicken leg house. Baba You there, after the disaster, she is the one who has helped us. She helped me in the past. I was trapped by the ruins of a wizard's house for many, many years until she came and broke the spells that bound me there. You remember Master Egantre?
Yes, I do. I can already feel my link to you there.
I just want to make sure of something really quickly. So Dorian Gray's real, Dracula's real, and now Baba Yaga is also real.
Yep.
Is there something else I should know is real, like Freddy Krueger? Or...
Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were real.
Dragons.
Well, that's scientifically proven.
Wait,
I mean,
dragons?
yeah.
Dragons, yes.
Yeah.
I guess dinosaurs
in
also, sure.
Me.
I mean, I suppose I should be more accepting of all this, considering I am like a werewolf. But I mean, it's just
Yes. Werewolves are real, ghosts are real, vampires are real, magic is real. Just think that every single thing you've ever heard of in fantasy, science fiction, horror, whatsoever is real until proven not.
She makes a note. Look for Walt Disney's frozen head. And shuts her journal.
The Dama voice says, "It's all true," and then he stomps on the gas.
By the way, Walt Disney is a rat.
What?
What?
No,
It's true.
Long story.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a drive ahead of us. Could you explain?
We'll cut away from that. Before
Yeah.
explanations
Should I
get-
roll for this? Just to explain the whole entire story?
No, I will make you roll for telling a story.
I want you to. I would love to see you roll badly on that one. It's just like the worst story ever.
You explained the Vermin Rose situation to them.
Jeez.
And
Okay.
you guys arrive at Vitali's Bakery. Just, a small sort of mom and pop store on a busy St. Petersburg thoroughfare, kind of overlooking some like a green town square garden area. It's a pleasant place where there's like coffee, fresh bread, all kinds of delicious pastries. And nobody messes with the guy wearing the apron. You guys go inside, sit down, and at a round table in the middle waiting for you is Baba You there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Egantre, she's changed since you last saw her. She's got like the Chernobyl has gone to her. She's got like a mohawk. Maybe her skin is a little more electric green, but it is definitely the same forest spirit that you remember.
So
Are we safe
while
in
we're-
here?
While we're walking up, could I investigate this place?
Sure. Why don't you go ahead? Are you investigating like it as in regards to Baba You there, or just for what it is?
Just sort of mostly what it is, and sort of maybe
Okay.
sort of what her influence is in this area.
All right, roll with mortality then.
Nope, 5.
Just a normal bakery.
Mm.
I go up to the counter. By the way, I'm wearing my oversized trench coat, Pussy Riot t-shirt, and OR scrub pants. She needs things that she's not going to be upset about destroying.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
You know.
Vitaly Sokolov, kind of a middle-aged Russian fellow in an apron, very well built though, greets you.
Hey, what do you have to eat here?
He's like, "You looking for something bitter or something sweet? I have both."
Something with a lot of meat in it. Do you have something like that?
I make you a sandwich.
I wasn't sure because sometimes there are meat pie options. I've never been to Russia, so.
I'll make you sandwich, lots of meat. Don't worry.
That'd be great. Oh, pork.
You will
Put-
like.
Yeah, if you could put pork, that'd be great. It's the closest in flavor.
I'm just shooting her a look like, what? No.
Don't say anything else. I know. So Baba You there beckons you all to join her at the table. And she's like, "Well, it has been a long time, yes, Mr. Egantre?"
Yes, it really has been you there. I mean, Baba, you there. Yes.
Ah, thank you.
Forgot about that. I haven't stolen anything, just to let you know. Nothing at all.
Why do you always have to open with that, dude? Just calm down.
Because
It's
it always
the
happens.
It's a Gontre we're talking about. Come on.
She says, "And who are your friends?"
Yes, I'll introduce my current friends right now. This is Ash. This is
Hello.
Andrew. That's Joe over there. And
Hi.
Tony's floating around somewhere
Hi,
around here.
Ash.
You hear Tony?
Yes,
I'm over here.
Baba, you there? You might actually know my great grandfather, Andre.
Oh, yes, I know the Ionescus very
Yes.
well. Yes, very interesting. You should have
Just-
seen... Oh, go ahead.
Josephine sniffs at Baba You there and goes like, "You smell like the forest."
I am the forest.
She's not kidding at all.
She, like, goes and, like, pats Egantri, and she's like, oh, you should have seen him when he was younger.
Yes, young and had no idea what I was doing.
Well, times have changed. You've changed. And I've changed. I suppose even for us, that's what getting older means. So, what brings you to St. Petersburg?
If you believe it, Dracula.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, too.
Dracula.
If you believe it.
If you believe it, I don't know what you believe. Seen some weird shit in the
No.
past like 3 days.
he had his kingdoms here a long time ago.
Mm.
And he was high in rank amongst the boyars, the old vampires, who lived in castles instead of nightclubs.
I mean, let's be
Is
honest. Castles
that-
are pretty cool.
Is that where the vampires around here live? Is in nightclubs?
It's true. Do you know what he's looking for? Do you happen to hear him say anything?
Hmm.
He kind of just woke up.
Isn't he looking to make the whole world vampires? Isn't that his grand ambition?
It might be, but if he's just been resurrected, he might be little more than a puppet for those who woke him up.
I will
But
tell
I-
you that an organization that I represent has detected a very large anomaly taking place in your country. If you have a map, I can point it out to you.
Well, I might be able to see it. Still, you're sure he didn't say anything, or there was no word mentioned, no clue?
As
You
a
guys don't
player,
remember.
I forgot.
Okay, I can't tell you.
Would somebody
Yeah.
be able to put a face to a name, see if we can remember?
I'll try
Well,
that.
I'll tell you because I think
Oh.
Joe was the one who heard it.
Okay.
Baxter Jones was like, "Where is it?" And Dracula said, "Wormwood."
Mm.
Oh, that's.
That is-
I wrote down Wormwood and I didn't write anything else about it.
No context.
All right,
It's
well,
just like, it just says Wormwood.
it's an important
Uh,
word.
Yes, apparently Baxter Jones is. God, I can't remember his full name.
No, it's Baxter Jones. You
That's
got
his
it.
name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Baxter Jones was talking to Vlad before they went away, and they mentioned the word wormwood, whatever that
Yeah.
might mean.
When Baba You there hears Wormwood, like she freaks out.
Hmm?
Her like mohawk goes like straight up,
That's
and
cool.
her eyes wide, and she's like, "Wormwood. You know what is the word is what is very close to that in Ukrainian."
Oh yeah, I've seen Chernobyl.
Yes.
Oh. I must have missed that when I watched the show.
Show? It is no show. It's
Oh.
very real what happened.
Well,
They
there
made
was
a TV show out of it. It was really
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Excellent. HBO did a great job.
Interesting.
Well, watch it sometime later, I guess.
You watch it when you're president.
Like,
With that one on the
third,
two bit.
the third episode is very upsetting.
Ooh,
Uh.
oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about
Probably
that.
there's like, I lived it. You don't need to. I don't need to watch it.
I'm sorry.
But-
I didn't mean to offend you.
If they talked about Chernobyl, maybe that's where they're going, and there is very much there that was torn asunder by the suffering and the pain caused by that explosion.
Can I
Oh,
ask
Joe?
Does the anomaly correspond with Chernobyl too?
Correct.
That I was told about? Okay.
Yeah. At this moment, the door opens, little bell rings, and a woman wearing like traditional kind of Uzbek robes but in a sort of modern style comes in, compete with the hat and like the sword at her side. And she walks over and like talks to you there for a little bit. And you there's like, no, you must tell them. They deserve to know. And the woman says like, I am Zara Karnova. I am a friend of you there. I'll leave it at that. I don't suppose any of you have checked Instagram lately?
I might have.
I'm constantly on Instagram. I guess I haven't seen it yet.
Well, have a look
I'm
right
mostly
now.
on Twitter myself.
Okay, I pull up my phone. I pull up Instagram. What do I
Yeah,
see?
Twitter's probably more political, so that's probably a good choice. I think Tucci's like a Facebook guy, maybe.
The last phone I could touch,
MySpace.
I mean, literally was rotary, but you know, I keep
Yeah,
up with
that's-
things.
No, I would say
I still keep up.
INSQ's
Um,
INSQ's the Facebook
INS
guy.
is definitely a Facebook guy.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm the
All right.
Facebook guy.
So Zara Karnova like just takes out her phone, goes to Instagram. There's a little video that somebody posted. It is Baxter Jones, and at this point he is like he's more squid than man. Like tentacles are bursting out of his handsome face. He's got like one gaping red squid eye. There's like goo leaking all over him. And he's just like, hey there, Russia, Baxter Jones here. Always glad to be in your neck of the woods. I'm looking for, and fortunately, you got a couple guests that are not so happy to be here. Or maybe you can make it that way for them. And like your guys' faces flash against the screen.
Hey, we're Insta famous, y'all.
Yep. If any of you
think that's a good
guys
thing on my face.
want to settle things up for me, I can promise to drop a hefty sum of cash, American, by the way, in your accounts. But if you just want to settle up for free, maybe some of them wronged you in the past, hint, hint, well, you know where to find them. All right.
I'm gonna
Back-
channel. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. He says, Baxter Jones out. And
Yeah, before you can drop anything on us, I should let you know she's channeling halfway through this announcement.
All right, good plan. So go ahead and roll the channel.
I'm at an 11, so
Nice.
yeah, I'm good.
Nice.
3 hold. And I remember now, because of the focus, I have +1 armor right now.
Nice.
Okay, Zara says, she just like takes some keys out of her pocket and like puts them on the table, and she is like, "I have a armored SUV out back. Go."
Hell
you."
yeah.
And then Vitaly like looks up from behind the kitchen. He's like, "You need weapons? I have them here."
Russia's pretty cool, y'all.
Sure, yeah, weapons are
It
Welcome.
good.
really is.
Welcome
Is my
to Russia.
sandwich ready? I don't mean to be a nudge, but you know.
Yeah, he's like, he just hands you a tray with a sandwich and another plate with like a grenade on it. And he's like, "Welcome to Russia."
That's
Do y'all
my
have
Vitaly.
anything like arcane and weird, maybe?
Not really my area of expertise.
It's valid, it's
Yeah.
valid, it's valid.
All
I
right.
do
I'll
know
just
a
take a
place
gun.
you could get something, though.
I mean, I have a bag that I can pull things out of.
I mean,
Oh.
something really good if you're into magic.
I mean, don't we need to get into
Is
this SUV, or is
Yep.
this someplace you can go inside the SUV?
Not really. It was a place It's more or less the grave of an old friend of mine. I don't know if we'll have time on the way there to make
Nope.
a stop, though.
Not grave robbing. Sorry, I do a lot of shady shit. I'm not grave robbing.
Wow, this is where Ash draws the line. Interesting.
Wow.
Suit yourself.
Look, raiding an an old tomb somewhere, different story. Robbing someone's grave.
Look, on the way there, I can see if I can get in touch with Heather, and maybe we can find a relic or that you're looking for. I might have it.
I'm just looking for some cool shit.
That might help.
All right. Well, I'll say you guys head outside and get the SUV. And this is what happens.
Okay.
You make it outside the bakery and into the crisp St. Petersburg air, but your troubles have only begun. Down the street, a column of glistening motorcycles come rolling through the mid-morning sunshine. The hirsute, bandana-wearing bikers bear an assortment of weapons, to say nothing of the teeth flashing in their muzzles or the claws gripping their handlebars. The shadow wolves have arrived. But on the other side of the street, there is an even greater threat. A spider as big as the SUV stomps its way down the street. Stone and rock cover its skin. A tank cannon emerges from one leg. Egantre! Piotr Irvin roars. I have come for you.
No.
Is somebody riding that spider?
No,
Someone
it's
is
a giant
that spider.
Yeah, someone is that spider.
Oh, ew.
Did you make a spider angry?
Yes, I can say that much. It's more of a spider demon that has hitched the ride on a World War I soldier that I accidentally had killed because I summoned a spider.
Right. Okay. So you've got your weird thing going. Andrew, do you know these werewolves? Can you talk to them?
I can certainly try. I don't... Actually, could I sort of do a face to a name with this group?
Yeah. They're like cruising in to attack, but yeah, you can go ahead.
I'm guessing they're night.
Yes, these are the Shadow Wolves.
10.
Okay, yeah, you've had dealings with them before. Actually, probably your pack and theirs have participated in some werewolf activities. You recognize their leader, Little Leshy, who is a like particularly short werebear riding on like a motorcycle in the front.
Okay.
Maybe a little more gray in his fur than when he had last appeared in we had our St. Petersburg game, but he's still in charge of the pack.
Cool. Could I sort of do like some sort of like a signal that it means like I mean no harm kind of a thing, like just want to talk kind of a thing?
Yeah, I mean I think it's gonna come down to persuasion roll.
Special howl.
Yeah.
You can roll
Because they
onto
are-
your back and pee on yourself.
Well, they are moving aggressively, like they want that bounty that was offered on you.
All right.
So yeah, go ahead and roll persuade.
Sure. Let's see. Persuade is heart. That's not gonna be good. That's a 5.
All right, yeah, you're like asking them to stop. He just like says, "Wolf to wolf, you should know this is nothing personal. We just want the money."
Son of a bitch.
And he's actually gonna hurl some like chains at you to try and like tie you up. So go ahead and roll a keep your cool unless someone wants to intervene.
I do.
Okay, Tucci, how are you gonna stop him? Stop those chains.
I'm gonna mark corruption to pull him back before the chains can get to him. They won't even see it because I'm not even there, like visibly.
Okay, you do that, the chains just fall and rattle to the ground. All right, so their bikes are like kind of rolling in. They're just gonna try and
Yeah,
run
should we
you
be
down.
rolling a thing?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, especially because I think everybody
No
wants
problem.
to act. So everybody go ahead and roll keep your cool.
It's too bad I couldn't do the first keep your cool.
Anybody get higher than a 10?
13.
Sweet.
Wow.
I rolled double 6 as my +1.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
Anybody... Mhm. Go ahead, Kat.
Oh, nope, sorry. I'm thinking of something else.
Okay, 8 or 9?
8 for me.
I've got a 9.
Okay, 9 for Joe, 8 for Tucci. 6 or 7?
7.
7 for Andrew. And Egantre?
5. It's relatively
Alright.
a good roll for me.
All right. Then we got the Wolves, and then Piotr. All right, remember your goal is just to escape at this point. You get that SUV, get down the road, get rid of them. Maybe you'll be
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I pulled
So-
him back.
Right. Okay, Ash, we'll start with you.
Beeline for the SUV. Hop in.
Okay, give me escape a situation.
Ooh boy, that's not good because I have a -1 to that right now.
Uh-oh. That's all. Well,
See,
I could-
that's why you pick cowardly.
I could try to assist you on that because I got the wall.
Oh.
So
This is real bad for me, yo. I'm at a -3 right now.
You're at
okay,
a
well,
minus what?
-3
Oof.
all right,
Ow.
let's.
because the -1 from our intimacy last time, and then I have a -2 blood anyways.
Oh,
I don't fight.
So
I don't
you're starting at a -3.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, let's see what happens. There might be a non-fighting way out of this, but
That is a 6. I rolled a 9 minus 3.
I would like to assist you.
Yeah, go for it.
Your mortality, right?
Yes.
Cool.
all right, Joe, how are you helping him?
I am actually helping her. female
Right.
character.
Of course.
No, it's okay. I am helping by basically I was about to teleport on my turn, so I know that normally teleporting can't take 2 people, but in this case, yes. Just to help them escape the situation.
Okay, so you're helping him run by like trying to teleport him into the car?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, all right. Go ahead and roll. See if this.
Oh, I rolled already. I got a 10.
Okay. Very good. All right. That makes it to a 7. That is a mixed success though. So there's going to be. So you managed to teleport him into the car, but there's a downside.
I mean, it could be that the teleporting, because it's not meant to handle 2 people, does.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So for me, I think I'm gonna take suffer harm during my escape, and I owe Joe a debt.
Cool.
Pick 2.
So that means I owe you 3 debts and you owe me 3 debts.
That's fun.
All right.
Yeah,
You're
we're
in the
just
car.
gonna have non-stop debts with each other that we never pay off.
Yeah, until the day you eat me.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm going to say you didn't quite make it in the car. You managed to get him like in this back seat, but you are like outside of the car.
Who's
You're
outside of the car?
You are.
Okay.
But you're like, it is your turn now, and you are like right there, so you could get into the car for your
Sure.
or do something
Gotcha.
else.
Well, so first of all, I'm gonna spend that point for the teleporting.
Okay.
Because I think that's logical. Let's see. There's a werewolf biker gang riding up on us, right?
And a giant spider with a gun leg coming across the street.
Yeah, I can't worry about the giants. Well, yeah, I'll actually. My elementalism is that I can conjure elements to strike out at my enemies, so I can spend a hold to unleash with my magic as a weapon. Oh, see, I do have to roll something. It's unleash. Well, it's unleash with my magic. So does that mean that it's using spirit? It must use spirit.
Unless it says so, it's always blood.
Yeah. There's
Is
a
it-
corruption move for spirit.
Yeah.
And that's
Believe
how
it's
I had to play the wizard unleashing his blood.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's with blood.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which
See,
sucks.
sorry, I've been
Yeah.
I've been getting this wrong the whole time.
That's
Whoopsie.
all good. Happens.
Yeah. Oh, I see. When you unleash with magic or psychic enemies, you can mark to roll with spirit instead of blood. Got it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Michael. I'd gotten that wrong up until
Quite
now.
all right.
I don't think I did
Uh,
that a ton, but you know. Still, I think that using. I don't know if this is kind of weird, but I think I would like to unleash an attack near the spider, but using the element of ice to like try to trip it.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
But I'm not sure how that plays in with unleash an attack.
Right. It might be more of a distraction.
Oh yeah, no, there's take something from them.
Oh, yeah, take his footing. Okay, I can see
Yeah.
that. All right, go
All right,
ahead and
so-
roll Unleash an Attack.
Good to know that it's with blood. That is still a 9.
Pretty good.
So I'm gonna say that I find myself in a bad spot, which is focusing on that spell means I didn't get into the car.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
And the something that I took from them is their footing, and it also does 2 harm because I did the area.
Okay.
'Cause
Fyodor,
I feel like
like.
it would have. I feel like it would have to be area to do that, right?
Oh, yeah. All right, Fyodor's like legs are iced up. All those 8 legs are like slipping and sliding on the asphalt. And he's definitely slowed down, but now his attention is on you.
Yeah.
That brings
and
us to. Oh, go ahead.
And like I said, because of that, I didn't get in the car because I feel like that makes sense.
Absolutely. That brings us to Tucci.
If there's ice between her and Piotr.
Well, I think she
Yeah.
iced the ground under the
Right.
spiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know the
Um,
spider was relatively close.
Right.
Like, it's not like the spider was at a super big distance, right? It already kind of closed in. Am I right on that, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if our goal is to get out of here, I'm gonna just do repeat performance and remove her from the situation of the spider as well, if we need to go the other direction. Since we already have one in the car, I will again mark to use telekinesis and pull Joe away from the grasp while it might be distracted or slipping on ice. And
All right.
I'm sure that I'm controlling enough that she could just be at the door or in the car.
Okay, just kind of plop her in there.
Yeah,
move the
not
key, by the
throw her
way.
in like a cop. I just you
Yeah.
know.
No, just. Whoop.
I
never
thought-
established who grabbed the key.
I don't know who took the key. Honestly, I was kind of assuming it was still with Zara. Isn't it her car?
She gave you the car. Like she put it on the table for you guys.
Oh.
Should we just do highest roll? Whoever rolls the highest on a d6 or 2d6 has the car keys.
We could try that. Okay, everybody roll 2d6. Add nothing to it.
4.
Let fate decide.
7.
I also have a 4.
Got a 7.
Same here.
Can Tucci
Dallas,
roll on
what
this
did-
as well?
Yeah, Dallas, what did you get? Maybe the ghost grabbed the keys.
I got 10. I got 5.
Okay, the ghost took the
Nice.
keys. Tucci just ghostily picked it up before anybody else could. All right, so we can do
Love
some
it.
Ghost Driver, Ghost Rider kind of
Touch the
action.
Physical world. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 3 people in the car. That brings us to Andrew.
All right. Let's see. Could I possibly, could I possibly do like a let it out to try and intimidate the biker gang to backing off?
Yeah, that's fair. Some intimidating howls, maybe.
Yeah. Ooh, hello. So close to max on the dice. 13.
Wow. Okay, so you're gonna pick
I'm gonna do.
Fright, Intimidate, or Impress.
Yes, frighten, intimidate, and impress, and
Would you like to take seconds there?
I think I still have a little bit of harm from the last session, so I'm going to use regeneration to close some of those wounds.
Okay, nice. All right, yeah. So you just like let out a humongous howl. The Shadow Wolves realize you are a wolf of a different order, and they were just after it for the money. So they like kind of just stand by their bike, stop revving those engines, and let you go. And you can now just like walk to the car.
Cool.
All right, Egontre, this is your turn. Pyodor is like just about to finish going over the ice.
Boy.
What are you gonna do?
All right, so first I'm going to mark 1 corruption for Stuff of Nightmares, grow wings, and get 1+1 armor. And then I'm going to use Cowardly, but in a heroic manner. I'm going to try and lead Piotr away from everyone else.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
get him
Okay.
to follow me. So, see how that goes.
I should note that I technically took his footing from him, Piotr.
That's not
Right.
going to last very long.
Oh, I know, but I was hoping it would last for at least a round.
Yeah, it will. I mean, but this is the end of the round, so we'll see.
Gotcha.
How does
Ooh, that's a 6. So if I do get some help, it might work.
What's your faction?
It's power.
I mean, I've got a really good power, and I mean, I've already helped, so I'm not going
I
to
can-
gain it.
I can give it a shot. I mean, I might not be the best at it, but I can give it
I
a
mean,
shot.
my power is at a +2. Does anybody else have a +2?
No, but who?
But if somebody stands to gain from it, I don't
Right.
mind. I just
It's my last level up, but I also helped
No, if
recently
it's-
too, and I think someone else probably should go first for a help.
I mean, if it's
I-
the last thing you need, Dallas, I'd be willing to give
Yeah,
it to
let-
you.
Yeah.
okay?
take it.
Ionescu, how are you helping him escape?
Oh, was it?
wait, I thought you said
I thought it
Dallas.
was. Yeah, I was willing to give it to Dallas.
Oh,
Since
right.
it's-
Okay.
it's-
Yeah,
you know,
Tucci.
it's level.
All right, Tucci, how are you helping Egontre draw the spider's attention?
So, if I have the keys, I'm gonna rev the engine and I guess spin the vehicle around so that it causes maybe more attention to it or something.
Okay.
That's possible because I'm already in the car, right?
Right, kind of putting some space between you and
Wait,
Gantry.
those things armored, right? What am I thinking? I'm probably going to do my best to use the front of this thing or the back of it to bash this spider.
I like that idea a lot better.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot this was not a regular car. Hold on, sorry.
No, this is a cool crime lord vampire's car. All right, so driving to the spider, go ahead and roll assist for Egantre.
All right, so 6, 7. Oh, man. God,
All right, that brings Cowardly to a 7.
Okay. So you
Right,
ram
one
into
on
the
power.
spider, that jams him loose, and then he sees me fly away. He's saying, Piotr, let's come and settle this, just you and me. And Belial, I know you're in there, you damn spider.
Okay, Piotr will give chase. And with that, the rest of you guys are free to leave. You can cruise the SUV over. You see that you there has sent you a quick text telling you to like go to the edge of town where she has a friend waiting for you. And she will get, and the friend will get you into Chernobyl. All right. So meanwhile, go ahead, Joe.
It
that was-
wasn't me.
Oh, okay,
That was
my
me.
mistake.
As we're driving, as we're driving away, I'm like, I don't feel good about just leaving Elgontre to just like deal with the giant spider with a cannon for like that doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he deserves it, but I don't.
Is he a little? It's just to ask, and maybe one of the two of you has worked with him before. Is he literally immortal? Like he cannot die?
You know, that's a good question. I've seen a lot of crazy shit. I've never seen him die though.
I think I might have seen him die. I don't remember.
Didn't he get like thrown out of a tower one time?
He did. Yeah, I was there for that. And I'm pretty sure I saw him at least on the ground splattered and then just get right back up. So
Right. So I think that he knows what he's doing. I'm trying to not feel guilty about it personally.
I can understand that. He's an interesting one.
So we'll cut from that. Egantre, you and Piotr chases you like into a dingy back alley. He changes back into his human form, and then he's going to use the vigilante move. This is my chance to use it. You guys can't vigilante move on me. It's like, oh, what's this? I roll 2 dice, kill any character I want. Oh, sorry. There you go. I just killed the boss one move. Whoop-dee-doo. All right.
I will say that aspect of the vigilante is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's vigilante move. No, I mean I love it. It's a lot of fun, but it does throw a monkey wrench into my plans a lot of times.
Constantly. He uses
Yeah,
it so
I do.
much.
I do like it though. Like it just means I gotta like be more creative in setting up the encounters there, or make the stakes so it's more about than just killing with some character. So he just like spider jumps to the air, turns back into Piotr, flips right in front of you, blocks your escape, lands right in front of you, takes his pistol, puts it to his head, and he's like, "You don't know how long I've waited."
Believe me, buddy. You and everyone else, and I know I did you wrong. It was my mistake. It was an accident, but my mistake. I know that. Made a lot of those in my life. But you do not have to serve Belial. Believe me, I found a way out. You can too.
You know a way out for me?
Yes, I do, my friend. For you specifically, because I know for a fact Belial's not the only spirit in there, is he?
He's like, well, I have a complicated existence. But you know what I mean by that.
Same here, mate. But how about you just put down the gun? I know it's very hard. Belial's screaming for my blood. I even see the tiny little bastard on your shoulder. But just put the gun down. I can help you out. Really. You can trust me.
You're going to have to roll a persuade.
Right. That's a 9.
He's like, I'm not going to put the gun away, but I will
Yeah,
not put a
figures.
bullet in your head and keep talking.
Okay, cool. So, I know you have a little shard of a grail somewhere in your pockets. I can use that to take Belial out of you, and then you'll be free to do whatever you want.
He's like, it's been there for a long time. We'll see. I suppose at this point, what do I have to lose? And he gives you the shard.
Thank you. Now, it's just one thing I need you to do. Call Belial out.
He's like, you should know, Igantre. He's always here. And he just like holds the spider. The spider like goes down his hand and reaches over, and this is the palm of his hand right now.
So, Belial, how would you like to play a game with me?
Whoa. All right.
And we can cut back to everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. So Igantre, what's the overall plan with Belial? You gonna like challenge him to a game of chance like you did with Field,
Pretty much.
and then play for Piotr's soul?
Yep, and mine as well.
Wow.
And with the Shard of the Grail, I'm hoping we can use it against Dracula.
Okay. We might go back. Maybe we'll do a roll to see how that game played out. I think it will come into play in our very next session, actually.
All right.
I like that. We'll kind of leave it as a cliffhanger for now. We'll go back later and see if you won and saved Piotr or not. But I gotta say, risking yourself to save Piotr, definitely it shows Igantre's changing. Igantre's heading closer towards redemption, so that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll cut ahead a bit. Everybody says, "Oh, go ahead, Joe."
There was one thing I wanted to do in the car
Sure.
before we arrived, and that's she's trying to reach out to Heather again in the sanctum.
Okay.
So she like takes her compact out of her pocket and tries to communicate. If you don't mind me rolling that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that's 12.
Whoa. Okay. You
So-
reach right over to her.
Great. Hey, oh, there you are. Hope things aren't too hairy in there.
She's like, "Is that that's some good werewolf humor, right?"
Yeah, I've kind of the glyph that was containing things broke, so that's bad. Talking about containing things, filling you in really quickly, Vlad Tepish, aka Dracula, is apparently out and about in the world again. Can you do some research into possibly a way to destroy him for me? That'd be really great.
Yeah, no prob. There's all kinds of ancient tomes of forgotten lore in here. I'll see what I can do.
Great. Yeah, and if there are any relics in there that might help out, just let me know. If I need to get to a bigger mirror than this to get the relic, yeah, just let me know. I've got a little bit of stuff to do, so that should give you some time to research. But I figured that you would have just the thing that I needed, as per the roll. Meta.
All right, so you're doing your sanctum roll, or you did already?
Yeah, I did it already, and I got a 12.
Right.
So it's on a 10 plus. They've got pretty much just the thing.
Okay, so are you looking for information or for a weapon?
Ideally, a way to destroy Dracula, or at least take him back out of commission.
Right. Okay.
If there is such a weapon in there, that's great. But I feel like that probably requires an additional roll.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I can roll it again.
No, I think it's
Or-
okay. She give you a weapon.
Okay.
that she can use. It's she gives you like a vial of concentrated sunlight.
Okay. So do I just break this, or what do I do with this?
She's like, yeah, just give it a toss, throw it on Dracula. Hopefully, if they just brought him back, like vampires that old, it takes a long time for them to get back to their full strength.
Great.
So he's probably pretty weak right now. This should do the trick. The question you got to ask yourself is, why Dracula? I mean, he's got the movies and everything, but still,
Yeah.
there's a lot of ancient vampires that could have woken up. Like, why him?
You don't know. Do you not know?
Hmm.
Do you?
I mean, he knew all kinds of things. He was like a powerful wizard as much as he was a vampire.
True.
Maybe it was for his knowledge more than anything else, but knowledge about what?
Yeah. Hey, really quickly, Godfather? She says to Andrew. And might accidentally get Tucci's attention with that, I don't know.
Godfather.
No, that's not me, but yes, I do respect that chain.
Are you any good at throwing things?
I mean, I'd like to say yeah. I've also got this bat as I pull out the bat that I have. Would
Well, this
that
is
help, or... Oh,
Well,
wait,
you-
that's pretty fragile. Never mind that. Well, I'll put that back.
Well, no, you heard everything that Heather said, and if somebody's going to throw this at Dracula, probably you're the best bet.
Maybe. Yeah.
Can I attempt to appraise that item since they're kind of doing it out in the open right now?
Sure,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
this whole conversation had been done out
Yeah,
in the
no.
open.
Yeah, just as
I will
a
say-
invisible ghost driver is taking your car to the edge of town.
That's the best part. It looks like no one's driving.
Self-driving
Nice.
car.
I will say,
Kirby.
as a player, this whole vial of sunlight is totally reminding me of the movie Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize Hugh Jackman or whatever. Go ahead and you can
that was
sue. It's
Hugh
all right.
Jackman movie. Yeah.
I do. I remember seeing that one in theaters. Ooh, that's a stinker. I gotta say, not a great movie.
So
Yeah, it was all right.
It could have been
It
worse.
was fun. I liked it when I was like 10
It was
or 11.
entertaining.
It was entertaining, but it's one I have no interest in revisiting.
can't blame you.
Oh,
Anyways.
You're making me feel old. Okay.
So the appraisal, I got a 9 on that. So I'm gonna ask, what secrets or powers does this object contain beyond the fact that it's just encapsulated sunlight? Like, what other purposes may it be used for?
It can be used to like purify a certain area, perhaps. Maybe remove some, like, create a stench of a, what's the word? A circle of sanctuary somewhere in a really dangerous area.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, regardless, she's giving it to Andrew because, Andrew's probably the best one at making physical attacks. I would hope.
Valid, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, and so as you're waiting, you wait a little bit, and then Egontre, maybe you just take a cab or an Uber over, and you arrive to join them. And
Or we could
then,
just fly over.
well, I mean, they're just in their car, kind of parked on the, like, on a road by the forest. So, like fly with your wings, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe you do that. You settle down with your dragon wings. Okay.
Touchdown.
And then something else comes out of the sky and touches down next to you, driven by a sort of atomic golem, Alexei, a happy helicopter that just wants to fly. It settles down. Alexei opens the door there, and he's like, "I heard you wanted to visit Chernobyl."
Wanted is a strong thing to say.
Could I
Yeah.
take
Have
this
to,
name,
maybe.
Alexei?
Come on in. I give you a ride.
Could I really quick put a face to a name with Alexei?
Sure. Maybe you met him before in your travels.
He's wild, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So 9.
Okay. Yeah, you've heard of him.
I've
Maybe I
I've
can
heard
help
stories.
out. Make it a 10.
Sure. Maybe you were the one who introduced him, Egontre. You probably visited the USSR a few times
Yeah.
when Alexei was starring in Soviet propaganda films.
That's a 7, so you got a 10.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys met before.
Oh.
Maybe in the
Been a
late
while,
80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, it's always good to see wolfish comrade.
Uh, Michael, can I ask a quick question?
Mhm.
So I know that you said think about why Dracula. Is there any way that I could roll on night for her to try to figure that out? Because I, as a player, am completely stumped.
I mean, this might not be information that anyone has access to at this point. You could try though. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll on.
I mean, she's pretty bad at night anyway.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll. I don't know, investigate a place of power.
Sure.
Just for night, see what happens there.
Yeah, she's completely clueless. I rolled a 3. On the other hand, she levels up.
Hey.
Oh, all right. Well, that's always good.
And I think what I'm gonna do is actually add 2 features to my sanctum. But I want to run this by you first beforehand, because one of the things that I want is a mystical prison. So
okay.
it would be, I think you'd have to successfully do an attack to put somebody into it, but I'm almost imagining that anything that could be put into a mystical prison, she could draw into her body.
Yeah, are you okay with that? The prison's going to be like inside of you, like the rest of your sanctum is?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I understand that could end up being bad for her.
Yeah, but I like the idea, though.
And the other thing is a portal to another dimension.
Nice.
Okay.
She can't use that herself, but anybody that goes into her sanctum would be able to use it.
Use this portal. Okay, that's cool.
Well, alternately, it could be an apothecary.
I think either could work.
Okay.
Get some magical herbs.
Yeah. Why don't we say that an apothecary's been added in there? But the main thing I wanted was the mystical prison, which I thought would be kind of a cool thing. Maybe to get that to operate, do a let it out. Or alternately, I guess it could just be the Sanctum Sanctorum move.
Well, I think they have to be like kind of, maybe if they're vulnerable.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
suck 'em
that
up,
she
yeah.
could just do it to something that's like powerful.
Right off the gate. Yeah, you got to soften them up first before you can arrest them and
Okay.
inhale them. Okay.
I just thought that would be a neat additional move to throw
No, I
in
like
there.
it. Ash?
While we're on the journey, I want to use something I have not used yet, and that is my private collection.
Whoa.
It's basically I have in my bag, and then that special bag that I pull things out of. There's something in there that I know is always in there, and I pull out the sort of like old school looking. It looks like an old laptop, but basically it is a arcane item that is just filled with everything I've ever come across. All my knowledge, musings, things I've come across, and taken pictures of it, kept huge catalogs.
Right, you're like
so
research.
I want to attempt to research into anything that I would have come across from Dracula. Obviously, I thought they were fake, but I still collected it anyways. Thinking like, okay, they're talking about Dracula, that must mean like some sort of like Vlad the Impaler sort of individual from that time. So I want to attempt to research Dracula.
To answer
Okay.
the why Dracula question.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a 9.
Okay, so is there a what's the result for a 9?
So on a 7 to 9, I pick one of the following. You discover a previously unknown weakness or vulnerability. You discover a previously unknown resource or ally, and I don't attract any supernatural attention during my research. So I guess I want to just...
Can I attempt to assist you to get that up to a 10?
Oh yeah, I like that. Okay.
Your
You
mortality.
you're putting your heads together there.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
mortality. You see me pull this thing out, and I start like tip-tapping while we're on the helicopter, and just like, what are you doing over there, Ash? And
Yeah.
kind of bring
I
me up
want
to
to
speed.
see. I want to see if there's anything that I can do cashing in a debt wise. Nope. Okay. You could
wish.
cash in a debt to force me to lend you a hand, but
I mean, if we want to go, I'm sure if you were unwilling.
I don't
Well,
know.
it's-
That feels a
no,
little
no.
too.
Yeah, if you were
Uh,
unwilling, I would.
I don't think
no,
Ash would.
I've got a 9.
Okay.
All right, brings up to a 10.
So, I get all 3 items. During my research, I don't attract any supernatural attention. I discover a previously unknown weakness or vulnerability. So I guess I kind of want, not necessarily the full answer, but a hint towards why Dracula, what in his past.
Right. So what you learn is that Dracula was, watching Castlevania too much. Dracula was a powerful wizard as well as a vampire. And one of the many things he studied was the Quillpoth. Those extra-dimensional entities just want to destroy everything, like the negation spirits, as well as interdimensional travel, opening portals to other realms of existence.
Sounds like somebody knows how to get the squeaky squids back home. Or back here, I guess, technically, since
To our
Thor
world.
did.
I should mention that I feel kind of funky. I think something might have changed inside of me recently again. So that's fun.
Oh, good to know. Hopefully it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yeah, hopefully.
But the other is I discover a potentially unknown resource or ally in this matter as well. Something not necessarily on the ground, but something that could help us in the future.
Okay. Maybe you find like a map of different dimensions that could assist you in the future, like different realms you might end up in. Your
Okay.
travels. Yeah.
So yeah, Michael, based on this conversation, I'm definitely doing the portal to another dimension as the other thing.
Okay.
So mystical prison portal to another dimension.
Okay. So I will cut ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
You go to Chernobyl. Those great, the forests, everything overgrown, the remains of the city of Pripyat. You settle down. The helicopter touches down kind of at the edge. Alexei gives you all like Geiger counters, and he's just like, "You go ahead. I stay here. Too many memories." And with that, you proceed into the city. It's pretty deserted. You can hear some wolves calling in the distance. Nature has returned as best it can. Very good, actually, since totally abandoned by mankind. As you're making your way through this lush, overgrown, radioactive area, you bump into 3 individuals who are sort of seated on some overgrown park benches who you recognize. It is the winter, spring, and summer queens from Las Hijas de Brujas.
All the way out here.
Yeah, including Iseult Lefay. She is like a cane. She's wearing an old-fashioned, Victorian-style dress and hat. And with her is Summer Ochoa, this young woman, heavily tattooed with occult anti-ghost charms. And then BB Borea, kind of in late teenage years, just wearing a simple hoodie.
What's up?
Josephine immediately approaches Summer and says, Queen, the sigil, one of the sigils that you put upon me is broken.
Summer's like, "I'll do what I can to repair it. I think we all might need it soon. This is a bad place. There's many ghosts here."
The one is held up. It's the werewolf one stopped functioning.
Oh, okay. I will repair it. And she can fix that glyph. Keep it going.
Okay. Does that mean I lose a corruption move, though? I'm so confused.
It'll just be you won't transform immediately come night.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
All right.
Okay, so, BB's like, so we're here because there's a major psychic disturbance. What are you four doing here?
Dracula.
Chasing down Dracula. Usual thing.
If you didn't
Dracula.
already know.
Yeah, vampire wizard dude.
Iseult Lefay's
centuries
like,
ago.
I know.
It's right, you
And she-
fought him.
That's why. And she goes over to Ash and she's looking at you. And she's like, "I was just as cheeky as you were when you were my age. We have the...
Sorry.
You are, you're a descendant of mine, aren't you?"
Distantly, yeah. I'm not exactly certain where in the line I follow. But I mean, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, neither am I.
Yeah, and it's let's be honest, it's been a few 100 years. A lot of things happen.
Well, it's always interesting to see what somebody else does with the blood that I've given them.
Yeah. Honestly, it's I think we met once when I was a young kid. But I mean, I know your existence. I know you're a legend within the family. I mean, it's kind of honestly cool to finally actually meet you as an adult. Slightly terrifying. Knowing the stories.
And then Summer's like, "Hey Andrew, Hello, Gantre.
How's it going?
Oh, good. You're safe. At least I've done something, right?
I'm doing my best. Unfortunately, I think we got here second. Dracula and those weird traditionalist, neo-fascist cartoon character types, they got here first. I think they're ahead of us right now.
So do we have a plan on going in here?
I'll use my last hold that I had on tracking, because I do have that up on Baxter Jones.
Okay.
So is Baxter Jones one of the people that's up ahead?
Yes, he is like right there in the center of the city of Pripyat.
Yes, Baxter Jones is right in the center of Pripyat. I can feel him there.
BB's like, well, do we need a plan? Why not just go over and, murderitize him?
I like your thinking. Well, we're talking about an ancient vampire that has somehow escaped death again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, boomer.
Uh,
I'm like 5 years older than you.
Michael, 2 quick things I channeled again and nailed it. It was like a 12.
Wow.
Also, I switched out the werewolf problems. So it was previously I can't resist the change when it's come. The glyph changes that to changes it to my transformation takes a while and causes a lot of pain.
Okay, I like that.
So she can resist it by rolling keep your cool, but now if she fails to resist it, it creeps through and it hurts like a bugger.
Okay. Tucci, while this is going on, you feel there's like a rift in the veil separating the living and the dead.
Ooh.
There's a huge blast of ghostly energy going on coming from the center of town. Like lots of spirits being moved around, prepared, lots of pain.
This is like one of those movies with the like Spirit Busters, right? Where they did that thing with all the ghosts coming in from the center of the town, right? That was the Spirit Busters movie, right? Yeah.
Something like that.
Ghostbusters?
Marvin, what are you doing?
Spirit Busters. It's non-copyrighted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like we
yeah,
were caring
Spirit
about that.
Brothers.
No, I know, I was just messing
Copyright
around.
equivalent.
I was just totally messing. Okay, but I get it. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So I'll let them know that, especially the the queens that are there, because they mentioned the idea of ghosts. I couldn't help but overhear that and feel a little spite from it. But I will also say that it might not be me that you have to worry about. That over there might be another thing to look at.
Could be Jones marshaling his forces.
Let me better get a move on.
Well,
Yeah, it sounds-
my queen. Oh, sorry.
Sounds like we might need to get some forces of our own then. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, talking about that, I could see if I can summon my coven.
I was about to say if I could get my pack to come in.
Isolde Lefay's like, what's that they say? The more the merrier?
Technically, yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna try to pull my coven together through the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Okay. Are you teleporting them all in?
That would be the idea.
Okay. You can mark off the teleport skill to do that. I'll
Oh,
just say,
I can
like-
just mark.
Yeah.
If you want me to just mark off a teleport hold, then
I figure that's a
okay.
good equivalent because I don't want to get bogged down in logistics of like we were joking about earlier, scheduling.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the schedules of 5 busy witches in there, and getting them to line up. Oof.
Well, considering she's just opened up a portal inside of herself by accident, kind of, can we make this really weird and just have her them come out through her?
Oh, sure. Okay,
it's
so
just
they're all there.
I don't think they're like burst out of her like the alien, but it's like just like there's kind of a shimmer and then one of them steps out from her, kind of like that scene in Blade Runner Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, where he's like has the overlay.
Oh,
of
right, the holographic
holograph.
character? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so your coven has joined you. And Andrew, why don't you go ahead to roll to like summon your pack?
Yeah.
Edna, Dorothy, Natalie, Blair.
Blair's like, this was the night when I was gonna go out to TGI Fridays, and now I'm in fucking Chernobyl. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a Thursday, so calm down.
This is not what I had planned.
I'll be fucking Chernobyl. It's
Like
terrible.
in my vacation destinations, I'd be like, Bermuda, Spain. Chernobyl's pretty low on the list. Andrew,
But it's
how'd you
what
do?
you deserve, Blair.
It's what you
so I'm
deserve.
rolling with night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you summoned like 12 werewolves. Maybe like even more. I would say like 15. Yeah.
Are these like radioactive mutant werewolves? Is this like
No,
some freaky
they're-
shit?
I'm sure they live outside.
Teenage Mutant
They are-
Ninja Werewolves.
No, they're I think they're like half descendants of Ionescu and half of like they're sort of like half of like other
They're
werewolves that have
mutts.
like that have like sort of joined up with the clan in like
Mhm.
in later times. And as I said, like when I first like mentioned my pack, they are highly trained. But yeah, I think sort of like the loose knit like part of it is sort of
Yeah,
It's-
they're called in.
yeah, it's half family, half like wolves that we've gathered.
But they don't like nobody, not even werewolves, are allowed to live inside the zone. So
No,
they
yeah.
probably there's plenty of areas like around there people live though. So
Yeah.
all right. So BB's like, well, gang's all here. Should we?
Might as well.
Okay. So you head your way into the center of town. At the center of the city, an amusement park rusts its way into oblivion. Bumper cars, a tilt-a-whirl, food stands, all overgrown and collapsing. In the center, the infamous Ferris wheel looms over everything like a giant, yellow-rimmed and accusing eye. There, below the wheel, Frankie Field stands. He is more cuddly fish than man now, tentacles bursting out of his skin and goo leaking from numerous stores. Had a feeling you'd come here. He puts his hand on the shoulder of the desiccated skeletal figure in the ragged cloak next to him. Check it out. It's Dracula. And he breaks into a laugh. It's Boogaloo time, everyone. So let's welcome back some old friends. He gestures with a tentacle. Ghostly forms emerge as solid mist. Silver tiger tanks, their treads leaving the earth undisturbed. The broken forms of dead Nazi foot soldiers, coated in luminous rot. Reinhard Heydrich himself, his angular face shattered in death, at their head. All right, and with that, we got to roll Keep Your Cool, because it's about to be a showdown between you and a ghost Nazi army and Frankie Field and Dracula. All right, so everybody roll Keep Your Cool.
Okay. Well, that sucked. But that's all right.
2, 3, 6 total for me.
It didn't suck that much.
Okay, did anybody get 10 or over?
11.
Okay, anybody get 8 or 9?
9.
9? Anybody get 8 or 7?
I got a 7.
Okay.
We know Tucci got a 6.
I
You
go
got Trey
last. Let's just say I go
I don't even
last.
want to ask. All right, I'll just write your name down.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That -3 really hurts.
Ooh.
-3 on spirit? Ouch.
Yep.
Well,
Poor dragons.
the bad guys are technically going last, so don't feel so bad.
I don't
Alright,
want to brag, but my stats are the mediocrest.
That brings. Okay, let's start the battle. Ash. So you
Um,
got ghostly Nazi foot soldiers charging out first. Their tanks are rolling in, and then they're like protecting Dracula and Field as they're doing something around the Ferris wheel.
From where I can stand, can I attempt to like make it like investigate a place of power to see if there's anything here that I could use arcane wise?
Sure.
What would I be rolling with?
That is with wild, I would say, because the zone children are from here. So I'll say
I rolled a 12 minus 2.
that's
Still a 10.
Nice.
pretty
I
easy.
know. That's why
Nice.
I'm very relieved.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything arcane, like anything maybe left behind that I could use to my advantage, something I can unleash with.
Okay. There's like lots of stores of psychic pain built up as much as radiation that could be used as fuel for various spells or arcane rituals.
I look around and I see there is a very sort of moldy and moth-eaten doll kind of discard. I'm like,
Yeah, that could be.
that's horrifying, and I grab it. I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. But that's it for my turn.
Okay. Definitely want to say before we go further, I don't want to like make light of Chernobyl
I know.
and do anything insulting or rude to the survivors. Well, I mean, I am using a historical tragedy as a element in the game, but hopefully I'm doing it because it is a place of pain. I'm trying to do it in a respectfulish way. I hope so.
Mhm. Yeah.
We are not the first setting to use it, and I doubt we'll be the last.
I think so.
Alright.
I think so. Yeah. That brings us to Andrew.
All right. So I think I would just sort of just be like, Squid Boy, you look uglier every time I see you, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, guys, let's just go for it, and I'm gonna charge with the pack, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to transform.
Don't forget you have sunlight in your pocket. Josephine shouts after you.
Righto. If I get the chance. Actually, could I possibly try and huck the sunlight at Drac while I'm charging?
You can do that, then you'll be able to transform. You gotta do one or
Okay.
the other.
He can
Okay,
transform first.
I mean, I don't think it really changes anything either way, if I'm not or if I am.
Sure. Okay. So which would you rather do? You want to throw it or transform?
I think I'll toss it first. Uh-oh. 6.
Ooh.
I'll-
Help.
I can try to assist. You're night though, and I'm not good at night. Is anybody good at night? Ionescu? Not Ionescu.
I got
Tucci?
1.
I got a 1, so yeah, it's up to
Patrick.
Patrick.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
All right, Ash, how are you helping?
What you trying to transform, right?
No, I'm trying to toss the bottle of sunlight at Drac.
Okay. I was gonna save this, but as I'm holding the doll, I realized Ash realized that where there is emotional pain of this measure, there has to be an inverse to it. So I'm gonna try to pull kind of blindly out and use the emotional pain, and try to find its inverse and pull out the happiness that is associated that causes the pain.
Okay.
So try to reach into some sort of good psychic energies that are this sort of inverse, and try to kind of just guide this to its destination.
Ooh. Okay, I like it.
Bring a bit of light to a dark area.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
That's a 12. 12 total.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, that brings it to a 7 for the throw. I said let it out was for the throw.
Sure. I mean, it's the same either way.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's pick one. I would say this would be
take definite hold of something vulnerable.
definite hold. Yes, I like that. Which is the sunlight in Dracula's zone.
Cool.
Okay, so the vial rushes over, splashes next to him. Sunlight is bursting out, and that decaying corpse starts to decay even further. Like flecks of rot are flying off. Field is trying to stop it, and he's like grabbing Dracula's hands and pushing them towards the Ferris wheel, and he's like, you can hear him whispering in his guttural, half transformed mouth, like, "Not yet. You just need a little bit more." Bring us to Joe. Joe, before you go.
Oh, okay.
Someone appears next to you, just like teleporting out of the thin air. It is Thorn. Basil Carrington Thorn.
Right, who I owe a debt to.
Yes, and he's here to call it in. He's like, "You're so much more than the troublesome little cub pawing around magic. I made you what you are. All I ask is that you walk away. I won't ask you to turn against your friends. I respect your loyalty. Just walk away, and that's where this ends."
I mean, I'm gonna definitely refuse to honor the debt because I'm like, with all due respect, sir, they summon Nazis, and I can't just walk away from that because Nazis, and I learned this from growing up in Berlin, are assholes. So on refusing to honor a debt, I have to roll with heart. That sucks, but oh well.
All right, let's see what happens.
I have rolled a 10.
Damn.
Nice. Oh, I believe you. Wow.
Oh wow, straight 10. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I
Okay,
know, but
so-
I'm very scared that might have messed everything up. But at any rate,
So the debt unfortunately remains hanging over your head, but
yeah.
he just like glares at you and teleports away.
Now, if you pardon me, somebody summoned Nazis. I'm gonna summon my own damn army. Now, quick question. I understand that the U.S. never fought on the Russian front. Are you okay with me summoning the U.S. Army, ghosts of the US Army, or must it be the ghosts of the Russian army?
I mean, let's see how well you roll. Maybe if it's like a mixed success, you get the Russians.
Okay.
But you know, also I
is-
do want to say though, the Great Patriotic War is what really defeated the Nazis.
Yeah.
The Western Front was, I mean, it had some effect, but
I know,
I just gotta
but
say, I believe more credit should be due to our friends in the Eastern Front. So
that's fair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They suffered horribly.
yes, exactly.
On the other hand, my character is an American, and I just think
Yeah,
that
that's
it would be
fair.
funny if it was Americans, but it could be Russians. I don't care.
Yeah, that
much.
would be the first thing an American would think of.
Is
Summon
the
Captain
Ameri-
Price.
Yeah.
Yeah, summon Captain America. Maybe.
Okay. So, so this is going to be the Coven move.
Okay.
So, it's plus spirit, which is, that's good for me. We'll see how it goes.
And this is a custom move that like I designed too. So if it fails, do not blame Magpie. Blame me.
I rolled boxcars, which means 2 4s, I think. If it doesn't mean 2 4s, well, I rolled 2 4s. I get to add 2 to that, so that's 10.
Okay. Unqualified success.
So that means the powerful spell works as it intended. And I'm like, there's only one thing that can kick a Nazi's ass, and that's the USA and a whole bunch of ghost United States. Like the brave heroes of World War II who died on the front appear, like with all the kick-ass USA technology in tow.
All right, you summon the ghosts of a bunch of American soldiers. It's D-Day in Chernobyl. Their ghostly tanks rush out, their ghostly soldiers charge out, and they commence shooting it out and fighting with the ghostly Nazis. Definitely giving you guys an edge. That brings us to Tucci.
Okay. I agree with Joe. Growing up in Italy, moving to the States in the 50s, I grew up after the effects of the Nazis from Italy. So I'm going to do my best to possess the mind of the Tiger tank driver. And if that's possible, if he's weak-minded enough as a...
Right, I mean, he is a ghost, so I don't know if a ghost can possess a ghost, but let's find out.
I mean, it's a corruption move. I mark corruption to do it, so it's your call, Michael.
I mean, I'll say it works. Maybe you're kind of like you're hijacking the tank from him.
If not, I will just do a distraction so that hopefully he either turns the tank to make the turret go in the wrong direction to fire at the wrong people, like his own men, or something like that. If I can just distract, perhaps, like push the pedal the wrong way or something else.
Right. I mean, I think they're pretty weak-willed. These are just like mindless specters summoned. They don't have that much, except for maybe Hydric. They don't have that much power themselves. So you can probably like take over his form and pilot the tank yourself.
Okay.
Why don't you roll some more corruption? Why don't you roll unleash an attack, and you'll fire the tank.
Sounds fair.
The ghost tank.
6/2 plus 2 for blood is 8. No, that's 10. Holy crap, that's 10.
Nice.
6/2 plus 2.
All right. So which one are you taking?
We'll do the take something from them, which is their either their moment of any kind of surprise or advantage, or perhaps their closeness to the Dracula.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
Drive them farther away or something.
Right, so the tank like blasts a hole through their ranks and like carves a corridor to let you guys reach Dracula. And it does also like be 4 harm, explosive. Very good. Okay, that brings us to Egontre.
So I'm still a dragon man, aren't I?
Yeah, you kept in the helicopter, I assume. So yes.
Righto, so I'm gonna fly right next to Fields and Dracula.
Okay, you can do that with your wings there.
Yep. And I wanted to use a move that I've never have before. So let me know if this is possible. Mirror, mirror. When you breathe new life into the mouth of a corpse, mark corruption to animate their lifeless body. While animate, they must answer 2 questions truthfully.
Are you doing this to Dracula?
Yes, since I think he is a lifeless corpse at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, that's true.
Awesome.
All right. So I'll breathe life into his corpse and animate him for 2 questions he must answer. First question. How do we destroy you permanently?
He rasps back he's like, you fool, I am already destroyed. Just let sunlight and God take its course.
All right. And the next question. What is your relationship with the Squiddies? What do they want out of this?
And he's like, the same thing they have always wanted. Power. And for me, I am just a bridge to that power.
So he's a tool as well. And this next question would need a persuade if you allow it.
Yeah, I mean, there might not be enough left in him to like enough sense in him to think of this, but go ahead.
All right.
You did breathe life into him, so.
So how do we destroy the Squiddies?
He's like.
And I'll roll persuade for this one. I only get 2.
He says,
That's a 7.
They could never. They're like they in the Quillpath. You could not destroy them any more than you can destroy the shadows of the world. You can hold them at bay, though. And to do that, you have to go fight them where they live.
Well then, bring a fight to the squids. That I can do. And I draw my sword. Let's dance, Fields.
Whoa. All right, and that is end of your turn.
Yep.
So, Field will go pretty soon. Those ghost Nazis, they're going to do some fighting. Tucci, Ash, and Joe. Let's have you roll Keep Your Cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, and also Ionescu, too, because you're charging across to meet them. So, in fact, everybody but Egontre roll Keep Your Cool now.
Do we get any sort of advantage against these Nazi ghosts, considering the ghost of the U.S. Army is fighting them?
Yeah, I mean, depending on if you, roll a total failure, it'll probably be sort of bad-ish, but...
All right.
You roll a a medium failure. Won't be too bad. Okay, so we got a total failure. All right.
I do not have a total failure. I have a very decided success. I got a 12.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're unharmed. Like you are behind these like American tanks and ghost soldiers, so their ghost bullets don't hit you. Ash, I'm afraid you do get shot with a ghost bullet.
How much harm?
I'm gonna say it's gonna do 2 levels of harm.
I am at max Grievous now, y'all. I took harm earlier from the teleport, so I'm pretty wounded.
And this like it leaves no visible wound, and the bullet like doesn't like pierce you when he goes into you. It just like rips through your spirit.
Yeah, which is still very painful, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
And I got a 9.
Okay, just take 1 level of harm, but I think your armor covers that.
Yeah, I think I
Tucci, Tucci.
Rolled pretty well myself. Got a total of 12.
Okay, I might say something different does happen for you, but it's the same effect.
Okay.
Basically, Hydric himself, like the man with the iron heart, the hangman, pops into your tank, who you guys fought but didn't kill because history kills him later, or the Czechs do. But you guys did deal with him in Berlin. He was the main villain of that arc.
Yeah.
He appears next to you and like tries to push you out of the way and take control of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think you like hold fast and stop him?
Ooh. To hold fast, I will. Oh man, how can I do this? I'm gonna escape the tank and take him with me.
Oh, I like
that. We just both leave the tank and it just rolls through people on its own thing.
Sure, just crushing Nazi ghosts under.
That's the best I can think, because I can do wall, and I always have an opening to escape. I can choose an additional option off the list to bring someone with me.
Okay,
Clever.
so you and him just go together, roll over on the ground, and you're just like fighting each other. They're in the dirt. Okay, Egantre. Field pushes Dracula back, who is now decaying more and more, and you see like his body parts are starting to come apart, spill into the air, and form just sort of a circle, matching the circle of the giant Ferris wheel. Field is going to attack you though, so I want you to really keep your cool as like several tentacles lash out, trying to wrap you up and rip you apart.
Okay.
As he bellows out, Egantre!
So this isn't a violent threat or intimidation. That's a straight attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I got a 10 for me, that's a 7.
So the total is a 7, unfortunately.
The total is a 7.
Okay, you are gonna take 1 level of harm.
I do have 1 armor, so that's probably gone.
Yeah, that covers it.
A 9 is the highest I'll ever be able to roll on one of these.
Oh boy.
Oh no,
Sorry.
buddy.
Okay. Good news though. The 3 queens are like linking arms, using their psychic powers, and they are starting to send elemental energies down. Like lightning is crashing into the ranks of these Nazi ghosts. They're making the earth shake under them. They're having like fire appear around Field to try and delay him. And they are also trying to like stop the summoning that's going on around the Ferris wheel. Okay, it's everybody's turn. Back to the top with Ash.
I have the doll still in hand. I noticed that trying to channel the positivity, the inverse of this emotional pain. I noticed that the doll itself is becoming more and more repaired. So I'm just going to lean on that, and I'm going to attempt to just draw out as much as I can to the source of light, that bottle of light, of sunlight we got, and try to make it bright as possible, and try to use that alternate effect of the sanctifying to just kind of increase its potency against Dracula.
Yes.
So I'm going to wield the arcane, and I'm going to. I get an automatic 10+ with Unleash, so I'm going to deal terrible harm to Dracula. Hopefully that will be enough to get him out of here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, as part of that, the doll that I had, it is fully repaired. It is no longer arcane. It is just a mundane stuffed like teddy bear in my hand.
Okay, so that sunlight just erupts inside Dracula. He blasts to pieces. Field like kind of reels back him a little bit, and for a second you see Field looking disappointed, but then he like kind of nods to himself and he's like, "Yeah, it was always gonna be this way." And the pieces of Dracula go into the air, finish making that circle, and there is now a giant, shifting black portal in the middle of the Ferris wheel. And Field's like, and you can see Field just like waves to Hydric, like, "Keep them out!" And he starts dashing for the portal to get in. Brings us to Andrew.
Okay. So now I'm going to transform. And I think I recently got this new corruption move, which is One with the Beast, which is I can mark corruption to add 2 qualities of the transformation until the end of session.
Whoa.
So I've gained when I battle groups, I fight like a small group.
You have a
And,
small group with you too, so there's like
Yes.
3 groups fighting it out right now.
Yeah, and I also gain +1 ongoing to escape. So there's a lot of things going on with me
Whoa.
now. So I'm marking 2 corruption, 2 transform, and add those two qualities. And then I'm gonna see if I can sort of use the pack to sort of push my way towards Fields.
Okay. You want to roll to lead a group into battle, or kind of focus on yourself?
I think I don't know if you. I can roll it, or I can sort of. My personal goal is to get to Fields. I'm sort of.
Okay. Maybe that's
The
not
flavor
leash
is sort of
attack
like
then.
yeah.
Why don't you roll? Maybe it's escape a situation
Sure.
to get somewhere.
And I do now have that +1 to escape.
Okay.
So with that and with blood, that's a 10.
Okay. You reach Field right as he's about to jump in, and you hear Iseult Lefay calling out like, "There's something in there he wants. Either stop him from getting in, or maybe, I hate to say it, you'll have to go in there yourself."
On it.
Okay, that brings us
Okay.
to. But yeah, so you reach Field, you're like pulling him back, and that brings us to Joe.
All right. By the way, I want to note that she gave a whole patriotic speech while wearing a shirt that literally says Pussy Riot on it. And I want to remind you of this before she says anything touching, is that anything touching that she's saying right now is while wearing a shirt that says Pussy Riot.
Respect.
She says, Blair, I want you to know I never really hated you. And then she spends her spell to teleport herself into the portal.
Okay, so you leave your coven out and you go straight into that portal.
Yep, because I don't think I can ask all of them to risk their lives for me. And I don't want to ask anybody else of the group to risk their lives for me, because I can see Ash is already nearly dead. So,
Well, I will say everyone does need to go into the portal. Like, you're all going to need. It's not a one-person job. You all got to go in there.
Oh, I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
Okay. Well, we can retcon. If
So
you
do I
it.
need to bring my coven in?
If you want to, but just like the group does need to go in there to finish the job.
All right, then what she does instead, because I thought you were saying only one of us had to get in there. And that
Okay.
would be a big
I apologize for
sacrifice.
giving that impression. No sacrifice required. Like, you just got to go in there, and that's where the battle will end.
All right, then I am going to try to use my coven again in order to teleport all of us, all of those of us that are players into the portal.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. Yep, that's when I roll snake eyes.
Oh.
So, really quickly, this is what happens.
Yeah. it's
So
interesting,
I rolled a 4. On a 6 or below, the powerful spell works, but one of the failed roll consequences listed above goes into effect. So, and I want to play this because, one or more of the members of the coven is laboring under a terrible curse. The curses will now make themselves manifest. So, Joe all of us are teleported in there, but you're also teleported in there with a werewolf that's completely full of bloodlust right now. Because that's Joe's terrible curse. I don't know what the other one's terrible curses are. But they've manifested. Yay!
Okay, so all you guys are sucked into the portal. For a while, you just rush through darkness. You're zooming through the vacuum of space, hard to breathe. Not a big deal for you, Tucci, but everybody else, it's kind of a difficult journey. Joe, you still manage to keep your bloodlust, even if the air is cut off temporarily. And then suddenly, your journey is over. You emerge from the swirl of darkness and stand on a strange shore. A great lake of burning, flashing lava extends to the distance. Fiery waves crash and send up showers of sparks. On the coast, a massive metropolis of shimmering obsidian and glistening domes looms under a black, smoky sky. A single figure stands on the shore and spins around. His head is smashed by a hammer. Tony Tucci! It's Frankie the Rat, a notorious snitch dead for decades. Been wondering when you'd get here. Let me be the first to say it. Welcome to hell.
I was about to say, Frankie, I remember what you said last.
Can I say that this is when the Joe Wolf pounces on the guy whose head is smashed in?
Okay, go ahead. Why don't you unleash an attack on this poor damned soul? Look, he's a rat. He deserved it.
I've got a 10 on my unleash an attack.
Wow.
So I was like, I've been waiting to see you around.
Is Generation Shadow coming out strong against rats? I don't know.
He's just shaking him like a goddamn rag doll.
Yeah. Oof. Well, he should have gone in witness protection. Then he could be like, eating. He could have asked for marinara, spaghetti and marinara, then get egg noodles and ketchup, and get to live every day like a schnook.
I can tell you, he deserved it again.
Oh well. All right, so is anybody going to save this poor damned snitch as he's being torn apart by the werewolf, by Joe?
He's already dead. What more can be done?
You can feel pain, lots of it, and he's screaming and wailing and being like, stop!
But I will do my best to say the rat always has info, though. That's why they call him that. So maybe we want to let him say what he's got to say.
Gotcha.
If it's okay with you, I'll give it a shot. I'll try and...
You got to stop Joe. That's the thing. She's...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like no intelligence in her eyes right now. It's like just gone. Like she's just pure fucking beast.
I'll just say, do you want to get out of here? He might know the way. That's the best I can do. But Andrew, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Would that be sort of like an unleash or a let it out, do you think?
I think let it out is more likely because you're not physically attacking her. You're trying to like calm her down, get her back in control.
Okay. Okay. It's an 8.
Okay, so Joe, do you think that like maybe you get some control back, but you're still in werewolf form?
I mean, I could try to roll a keep your cool and see.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like with an 8, an 8 isn't an unqualified success, so.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that sounds good.
Yes, I actually rolled 2 12s or 2 6s.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that brings it up to a 14.
Okay.
Nice.
You could be a wolf and still be in control. You could go back to your normal form.
Can she go back to her normal form? If she goes back to her normal form, she'll be naked wearing an oversized t-shirt and an oversized coat. So I
Right.
think
In hell.
in hell, I think she'll stick to werewolf right now.
Okay. But you do get your consciousness back.
Okay. Sorry, that's not how I normally am.
Jeez, lady. I thought Tucci was bad. No, it's all right. Nothing they'd already happened over here.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's
look,
some
buddy,
sort of
if I
territory,
remember.
and-
Yeah. Look, buddy, if you're already in hell, I remember she should be speaking growly because werewolf. If you're already in hell, I'm sure worse things have happened to you.
Yeah, you're telling me. Oh, Ash, you're muted. It's alright, I make a mistake all the time myself.
I still. So, whatever your name is, did Tucci make you look like that? Make you look that pretty, or is it somebody else?
No, it was Tucci.
That's
Let
the
me
work
tell
of-
you, it wasn't the barber who smashed my head in with a hammer. It was.
I don't know. Sorry.
If you look right there by his left ear, you can see the nice imprint of the circular mark, just as it went in first.
Nice.
Temple. Always temple.
Mm. Good to know. Mob movies are correct.
Well,
He deserved it.
He's a rat. Okay.
Sure he did, but would you be willing to maybe let bygones be bygones for a little bit and help us out?
I mean, here I am. Yeah.
I was
You're gonna
talking
have to
to.
No, I know, but I meant to say, like, he got his wish. Now, yeah. Please answer you.
All right, you're gonna have to roll a persuade, but he
Oh.
might be amenable to it.
Well, let's see. Actually, surprisingly well, 11.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, why not? I mean, after all, it's always nice to see a familiar face. And some new faces, too. So,
New face in hell.
yeah. So, I'll give you a tour. We got, basically, the infernal plains all around us, but that right there is Pandemonium, the capital city of hell. That's where all the action takes place.
Is that where the clip-off would be?
I would say
Killpaw?
so.
Whatever they're
Yeah,
pronounced.
Quillpath.
Killpaw.
I'm not so sure. I haven't heard that phrase before. It's an odd one. I do know that all the big devil demon princes, the bosses of hell, your Beelzebubs, your Satans, your Belials, they all have houses in Pandemonium.
Didn't happen to see a dude that looks like half squid run by here.
Can't say I have, but then
Not
again,
bad.
I was kind of over here just trying to get away from it all until you guys popped in.
Hey,
No.
let me ask a quick question. If you destroy a demon in hell, does it stay destroyed?
Good
For
question.
longer than it does elsewise, yeah.
Oh.
The other
Here
thing
you go,
is,
Gunther.
the other question is, if you do like a powerful summoning ritual in here, related to a demon, you take over hell, you do the kind of ritual, you can bring whatever you want, wherever you want.
Great.
I feel like taking over Hell sounds like a terrible idea.
That's probably what they're planning.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yep. Can I just, I want to note one more thing. Now my character is wearing a not oversized trench coat and a not oversized t-shirt that still says Pussy Riot on it. But she is Donald Ducking it. So,
It's all right.
I mean, there's
Slightly
a bunch of fur there, so
You're in a trench coat. It has buttons.
So
that's
You can
Frankie
still
the
cover
Rat
up.
says, "All right, well, if you want to look for this squid guy, odds are they're in Pandemonium. I'll take you around, introduce you to some people. Who knows? You might meet someone down there you know, or someone who knows you."
I sure hope not.
Well, we might as well go say hello and make ourselves acquainted. I'll end up here eventually.
I feel like at this point, a lot of us are going to.
yeah,
And
I feel like Josephine definitely thinks she'll blend in better just being a werewolf down here.
I mean,
Maybe.
fair. And I think that is where we're going to bring this episode to a close. So the next episode, our grand series finale of Generation Shadow, is going to take place in Hell, in Pandemonium. But, I mean, they'll go elsewhere. All kinds of great locations. You got the Forest of Suicides. You got that, the
Mhm.
horrible frozen part where Satan himself's hanging out. I mean, this is all from, like, Dante's Inferno and so on.
The deepest layer
Yeah.
of hell.
Yep. Your various hell, but there's lots of sources for hellish geography that I'm going to be, or hellography, infernalography. I don't know.
Ooh, I
Well,
wonder
I'll be
if Odysseus
so
is down
big
here.
Who is?
I wonder if Odysseus is down here somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure he
Ah,
In
might
his
be the
green
underworld.
flame.
is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. I mean, he was in Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
So
And the
All
rat's
right,
gonna
well-
be our Virgil.
Oh, awesome! I should have the rat. I don't know. I don't think the rat would be in hell. The rat probably still alive, but.
Oh, I think he meant this rat, not Rose.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, Frankie the rat is for sure going to be your Virgil. So let's take care of those closing moves before we get to that grand finale next week. Let's start with Egontre. Are there any? Oh, go ahead. All right.
Sorry about that. I've been sneezing all night.
Oh, I go the same way. So, Egontre, any new debts owed to you or that you owe? And then any factions go up or down?
Well, depending on how that game goes, I might or might not owe a couple of supernatural entities a debt, so I don't know. We'll leave it blank for now.
Yeah, we'll hold off. I think like when you go to Belial's castle and visit with him, that's when we'll find out. I like that idea.
No problem.
Okay.
And as for factions, I think I'm going to downsize power by 1 and upsize wild by 1. So now I have -2 power and 3 wild.
All right, awesome.
And that's it for me.
Okay, how about Joe?
Well, I think she owes a debt to her coven. If I can owe a debt to a whole coven.
That's fair. I mean, you just as a group, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because they came through for you, worked together there.
Yep. So yeah, so she owes them at least 1 debt. If you don't want to say she owes a debt to each individual member, whatever, it's fine. But Wild went down again because it's gonna just keep going down. Like if I could have just instantly dropped it super low, I would have, but I can't. And Night will go up again because once again, if I could have instantly raised it, I would have, but I can't. So.
All right. Yeah, well, I can see him in Andrew coming through for you and all that.
Yeah. It's just gradually like Wild is getting worse and worse and worse, and Night is getting better and better and better as she gets more in touch with her wolfy side.
Cool. Okay, that brings us to Nick with Andrew.
All right. There was a lot of people who helped me out this one. So, let's see.
Just pick like the top 2.
Yeah. I think Tucci was the one who actually like saved me from a pretty decent blow. I can't remember who. Yeah. So I think I owe Tony one. And I would say Ash as well. For helping out with the sunlight. So.
Oh, yeah. Do you think I should owe Andrew a debt because he pulled her back out of being Psycho Wolf again?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you want.
I mean, I don't think she was upset about being, like, ripping this ghost apart. Maybe if she had gone after Ash. If she had gone after Ash and hugged her down, then I guess it would be a debt. She doesn't really care about this ghost. Is that okay?
That's fine. I mean, it was sort of like I was just doing it as sort of like obligation. It was like, okay, we kind of need this dude, so I'm just gonna.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Never mind then. I just thought of it. I was like, oh wait. If it had been Ash though that you pulled her off of, then that would be.
Okay.
All right, and then for factions, I would say power goes up because of the queens. Is it?
Yeah, they came in to help you for sure.
Yeah. So power's gonna go up, and I think wild is gonna go down again.
All right, and I think that everything good there, Andrew?
I believe so.
Okay. That brings us to Tony Tucci.
Let's see. I think was it the wild that was calling upon the ghosts of the Nazi armies and trying to resurrect?
Yeah, that was the Boreas Brotherhood.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna have to agree with Andrew on that one. The fact that the Boreas Brotherhood goes down again, power goes up because the different seasonal queens showed up, like everyone, right, to help in some way or another. So I mean, that's a huge part of power showing up. So that's awesome to me because my power was in the negative before, so that brings it to 0, while -2.
Then any debts.
Trying to think. Please someone remind me if I missed something.
I don't feel like your character owes anybody a debt.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you were the one who was helping more than being helped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything because I hate when I do that. So it happens. Like this was a jam-packed full thing. This episode, so I agree. Thank you.
Okay, and that brings us to Ash.
Honestly, I don't think there's really any particular like changes of factions for Ash. I mean, like we were fighting the Boreas Brotherhood. We were helping people and doing good. I don't think there's any particular thing that like stood out as really aiding one side more than the other and like causing any more of an imbalance amongst the powers, at least related to Ash. As for debt, I don't think I really owe anybody a debt, or that anybody owes me a debt. Just things happen. I got injured. My character's gonna have to suffer for it, but it was like one particular standout moment that helped Ash more than anything else.
All right. Well, we'll have to see what happens. Who will survive and what will be left of them?
Oof! Don't say it like that.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is we go in to the very end of Generation Shadow. I'm planning to bring in some familiar faces for the finale. Everybody's fair game now, including those you guys have mercilessly killed in the past.
Oh no!
They'll be coming back. As you guys try and stop the result of many, many centuries of evil plans in hell itself. All that and more next week for the grand series finale of Generation Shadow.
Wow. Oh, enjoy it, guys, while it lasts, because this is going to be amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for popping in and watching for a while. Thanks, Eli, for watching for a bit, and a few of you guys out there that have watched throughout the last almost year and a half. We have one more episode, guys. So,
Just one.
cool thing is, I am diligently working on getting these playlists together. So we can put all these arcs together, all 9 of them, in a timeless piece over the internet.
That'll be quite a thing to see.
So I'm working on that, and that way we can anybody that has never even seen this thing can go back and see this until YouTube's not a thing. So if you want to check out the first couple seasons, first couple arcs, make sure and go to youtube.com/time-to-tabletop. We are right there. So until then, we're going to make sure and keep all this gaming going. So make sure and pull up a chair and make
time to
tabletop. Freaking beautiful. Love you
That's
guys.
one yet.
That was really good. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Adios, folks.
Have a good night.
All hell breaks loose next
Oh,
week.
for real. I love it.